Need of attitudinal and behavioral changes to combat with the challenges arising from the current COVID-19 situation. Professor Vishala gives few tips to cope up with these challenges.
Hello, I am Professor Vishala Patnam. During this COVID situation, everyone, whether they are child or an adult, have been facing a lot of problems and challenges to cope up with. In that, very important thing is to have behavioral and attitudinal changes in oneself, then the things become easier. Both require attitudinal changes and behavioral changes, both require lot of cognitive process, personality changes and changes in the routine life. Let us see what are very important things to have behavioral and attitudinal changes, in what all aspects we must have to cope up with these challenges and problems being posed by the COVID situation. The first one is health. In that health, at least 6 H are very important. Health care. Whenever you fall sick, you have to take enough medicine. Second, whenever the government staff come, health professionals, for health checkup, you have to volunteer and cooperate with them for undergoing the screening process. The third one is our healthy habits. We have to eat healthy, be healthy. That is very important. In that healthiness, I also will be talking in the second point, physical and mental health. Both are very important. The fourth H is hard work. It's not everybody is relaxing. Even the students at home, whether they are in the college or school, they also must learn to do the hard work. Whether the parents or the family members are doing work from home or going to the offices and working or not having job, that means they are not working people, they are retired or homemakers. All these people must know relaxing is not there during this COVID situation. Everybody has to work hard. Humorousness is you have to enjoy the situation, whether it is crisis or not crisis. One has to have happiness that comes from humor. For that, you can have nice jokes in the family. You can share whenever you are having free time, or before going to bed. You can have family get together, have some fun making activities, or you can see the TV channels where lot of fun making programs are there, or even in YouTube there are funny videos, very intellectually refreshing, and it makes you to feel happy and laugh about those things. Those things are very important. So these 5 H are very important. The second one is health. Whenever I say health, I include both physical as well as mental health. For physical health, important things are eating healthy, having proper rest and proper proper walk. This walk includes both yoga as well as physical activities. Physical activities, of course, in the household work also certain work exercise goes on, but apart from that one, you should have a very nice walk inside the home, on the terrace or in the compound wall. Don't go outside for long walks, morning, evening, night walks, because the corona infection is spreading. The incidence is more. That is why it is better to protect oneself. The mental health comes from keeping your mind in rest. When I say rest, means not having any ill feelings, if any misunderstandings, conflicts are there, interpersonal conflicts in the family, then you have to sit down and peacefully settle those things. Release all your emotions in a proper way. Make a setting of whether in the afternoon or in the night after dinner. Sit and speak out. Speaking out all your hurts are very important to the right person, not telling the other person, and the person who has hurt you not knowing, it doesn't, the situation will remain the same. So politely, very gracefully putting up all your hurts and settling those psychological issues, interpersonal problems are very, very important for the mental health. After discussing properly, also if the things do not improve, what you have to do is, always I say, you have one more best option is change yourself, be strong, and don't pay attention for the things which hurt you. And if the person is not changing, but let them shoulder the responsibilities. That is very, very important. So the best option is to improve yourself, to change yourself based on the position where you are in, than getting hurt. Become strong, be relaxed, be optimistic, and learn to ignore things, ignore people who hurt you, and never give chance to become the victim. So protect yourself, that is also very, very important. So if we cannot change the other person, but you can change yourself in a positive way, not in a negative way, improving our capacities, doing our work nicely, and minding our own business, and doing the creative things. This COVID situation has, developed a kind of anxiety, insecurity, fear, a sense of fear in everybody. So even you don't have problems also, our mental health is getting affected, whether you say it or not. That is why involve yourself in happy activities, joyful activities, constructive activities, or learning music, or talking to children about your interests and values and educating them in your free time. But see that one, you take care of your mental health as well as physical health. Third, attitudinal behavioral change has to come is in the roles and responsibilities. Now everybody is staying at home, working from home or not, but the workload, the household work is not, it should not be only on women. The other family members also, as much as possible, must share it, cooperate with her, and also enjoy learning the new skills. So here the third important one is role exchange, responsibilities, sharing the household responsibilities, as well as children are at home, educating them, taking care of their leisure time activities, because now 24 hours they're at home, they also get bored. So the child care, child leisure, everything, all this, everyone must have the proper day-to-day schedule, work schedule and activity schedule, time schedule, so that no one will disturb the other person, so that everybody can finish their work very nicely and effectively without getting trouble. So please make activities. Who will do what activities? If you have children at home, who will take care of their education? Who will take care of their free time activities which will be contributing to their total development, not just seeing and rolling on the bed and seeing the unnecessary things either on TV or in computers. Fourth one is financial and work planning. You can have next 5 years, what will be the family goals? If you are not married, what should be your personal goals, career goals, and financial goals also. Now whoever do not know, online shopping, online payments of bills, electricity bills, phone bills, the school fees, all those things also, learning information technology, simple things which are very very important, crucial, especially online payments, online shopping. These things educate the family members very nicely. Don't threaten. Sometimes children try to scare adults. No, you do not know how to do it. Instead of that, you say that when it is very easy, everything is on the screen, you have to read and you have to fill it up. Mama, daddy or grandpa, please help the people who are not accustomed to using cell phone advanced technologies. So help them in that. Let every family member make a visionary plan, what I will do in the next 5 years. So you should have that plan, should be flexible. Let them discuss. This is a very good time to think of, if the newly married people, the people who have not planned for their family, they can think of when to have their children and what will be their jobs and what will be the expenditure pattern. Nowadays child upbringing has become very expensive activity, but it is also required to bond the family members. This is the right time for having visionary plans. Either you let every family member write their planning. They can have mentally plan, and they can write down the important things, what their targets are for the next 5 years. If the COVID situation continues, even it does not continue, but what you would be doing, what are the life skills you are lacking and what you want to improve on that. Here I want to caution that every day there are so many online courses are being offered, but don't do everything. First think of your basic responsibilities. What are those? Do you have those capacities and the abilities? If it not, focus on those things than just doing additional online courses. That is also required, but first focus on, like recently some parents were complaining that now through online teaching, some of the teachers communication skills are very bad. She does not speak proper English. See, I am also from a rural background, but one has to improve. If you are in an English medium setup, you have to improve that. So don't do online courses unnecessarily. Don't be greedy. Do the things which are required and focus on your important duties and important abilities which you require, and refine those things are very very important, so that you will have a good social image and you have respect in the institutions where you work as well as in your family. Restrict your outings, plan, make a list, and 2-3 family members or 2 members, depending on the workload of the shopping, you decide and take all the required material, your finance cards, ATM cards, checks, cash. Make the list and do all the shopping once in a month or once in a fortnight. Don't make frequent visit for the market, because markets are the dangerous places where we are more inclined to get infected. So please take care of your outings, make it restricted. Don't go for social outings. Even people invite, also you don't go and don't invite them. It is safe for everyone, because the corona patients rate is increasing. That is why everybody has to take care of the own health and others' health. So try to reduce your outings. Very important issues. The less you use cell phones, communication, the more mental health you will have. Check it. Because always I advise that our emotional quotient depends how less you use your cell phone calls or landline calls. The less you communicate, the more, because you have more time to focus on your very important work. Think of lot of indoor activities, beautiful educational activities, recreational activities, fun making activities we have in traditional India. If you have grandparents at home, ask them what are the things they used to do. I remember with the tamarind seeds, shells, couches, we used to have lots of games, indoor games. Those things can be done, or you can learn embroidery, knitting, tattooing, or freehand drawing. There are so many things. So learn to have lot of indoor activities which will be upgrading and refining your art skills, abilities, so that when you are children, then you can show more the talent in your schools and get good name for you, for your school, and for your family. Next one is intergenerational. Discussions. Ask grandparents what they used to do, how the life was those days. Don't say cultural gap. Our own behavior and attitudes. So instead of that, every generation had limitations. Every generation enjoyed their life, and they also had certain challenges and problems. Ask if you have three generations, have discussions about their childhood, about their education system, what are the advantages and disadvantages those days, and what you have right now, compare and contrast. Those things are very, very important, and make stories on your own family members. If you want to improve your communication skills, your mother tongue, in other foreign languages, whether it is English or other language, start writing some case studies, interview the people. It will be so nice, and you have interviews, you take down and the important points and build up the story on that. Apart from that one, every family has nowadays cell phones, so you can have certain video calls. Tell grandmother, grandfather, mama, today your video shooting will be there. Then ask them to dress up whatever they have, simple way, not too much makeup, realistically. Let them sit and talk to you, and move the camera when they're interviewing you. Like now, I'm alone at home. I'm doing it in a selfie mode, but you can move around and take the shooting of it, edit it properly, and give some titles, and make a small film and show it to the parents. If it is on parents, if it is on grandparents, even on you also, you can make a case study interviewing your parents. What were you as a child, or if you are in school age, and what were you as a preschooler. All those things, their impressions, their experiences. Have discussions on intergenerational. If you have two generations or three or four generations, have some discussions about those days, what type of routine life, their lifestyle, and the living standards, and it will be so interesting. Every generation had various things, various interesting things, various issues of education or facilities, or in the family, the restrictions, what kind of restrictions they had, what were the advantages. That time they might have seen it as a restriction. When they grew up as an adult, they found that restriction made them to have a good culture, and that culture, how it helped them in developing their personality and having very good achievements in their life. So have a intergenerational discussion and take out the important points and make case studies on that, develop stories, and you can share those things with your friends also later. Or just if you write it, then you share that story about the case study about your grandparents or uncles, aunt, about your own self. Conduct a case study, because we will not know what type of kids we were, what type of pleasant and unpleasant experiences we have given to the family members. Let them express, and if possible, do the video shooting. If not, just sit. Little bit video shooting is required because we'll not know these videos like lifelong. They can be saved as a family, treasure. It can be. So that will be a very good one. Tell the beforehand only, today we'll have family video shooting. Let everyone sit, and one member can take the video and take everybody in that how do you in that room, and then you sit and let other person. You don't miss out in that scene. Many times what happens is we forget. Yeah, then you will miss in the photograph or in the video. So whenever you are taking a family picture also, ask a servant or any neighborhood person to come and take. And if it is internal pictures, you can exchange. The person who the photographer can be sometimes elder brother, or sometimes mother can be there, sometimes father can be the photographer, and take those pictures and make nice. There are so many apps are there in your cell phones. Make small film, 10 minutes film, 5 minutes film, and make a family treasure. Treasure is not just always wealth, income, materials. Even our own family video clips also will be very interesting. That will be a best pastime activity. You can build up your own family case studies. This is a time because everybody is there and everybody is living together for a longer period. If you have any property divisions, those also, that can be major issue also. Like what are the property maintenance, what are the issues. Let everybody talk about it, not just to keep hiding those property matters, property maintenance, who will take care of what, and what will be the division also, like approximately doing it. Otherwise going legally also doing also is very very important, because not having just property maintenance, nowadays everything you need to pay the tax. Who will pay the tax? It is not the parents. The children who are going to get that property must learn to maintain that and where the location of it. Sometimes the children will not know. If you have so much property, so much land, people the family members will not be knowing it. So that also can be a settlement of property matters, also can be taken up as a major issue. First, important people should discuss certain things where everybody has to be present, family members. Then fix the time, family meeting time. Make it a little bit semi-professional. Let everybody sit, and how that who all have contributed to that, who made it, and now who will get the share of it. Have a free discussion. Otherwise, parents are the people who know more about it. They can give their judgment and their opinions and put forward, and let them not cry, and give 3-4 days for them to process and come up with their grievances if they have, because everybody is your children. So give them 2 to 3 days, let them have the process, understand the situation. Let them also come with unbiased solutions. We'll underline that. It should be objective solutions, unbiased solutions. Again, have a family meeting, proper meeting. Nobody should get up out. Fix the time, and everybody should be free by that time from their routine work, whatever the work they are doing. They should remain actively participate without emotionally blackmailing the family members or the siblings. Everybody should discuss politely, gracefully, with a lot of love, and jot down the points, clear it up. Again, 2-3 sittings you make and divide it. That is very very important, so that at least many times people feel injustice is done to them in the families, many families. So it is better to have discussion, so that everybody, all the generations will know what is what. Everybody is at home, routine food will be boring. Now outside, hotels, getting snacks from outside, all these are closed. Even the shops are open. It is better to prepare food at home. Now, very interesting is a lot of YouTube. Now, YouTubers, every recipe is available. National, international, state-wise, even the village, certain recipes are very popular in rural areas. Those recipes are there. Let family members make small groups. Not all the time women have to make it. 2-3 people's group, men and women, make together and do that pre-cooking process, cooking, then post-cooking, serving the food, eating and cleaning up those plates and spoons, all that make it activity, and let everybody improve their culinary skills, cooking skills. It is not gender oriented. Never. It is because male members were the breadwinners and women were the homemakers. Now women also are contributing and they also have taken up job. So that is why cooking should not be attached to the gender. This is women's duty. Men and women, everybody has to do it. Another important one is recently in lockdown, I started studying insects, birds, nature, sky, and morning some cats come. I used to buy. I am buying, not used to buy. I am buying also. If we have still time, instead of sticking on to the TV programs, if they're good, see not more than 1 hour. Apart from that one, go to the terrace, take the children, ask them to observe the sky. And so variations, it's so interesting, especially when you go around 6 to 8 to the terrace, carry the food. Sometimes sleep on the terrace. Nowadays mosquitoes are there. Put some fans. You have pedestal fan. So carry it and put it and let everybody enjoy terrace, sleeping on your terraces. If you have tenants, let everybody come. It's a beautiful one. Having together food on the terrace. I remember my childhood. I'll be having a special episode on my interactions with the space gazing, nature gazing. So gardening also is very important one. Morning, some cats used to come and demand for milk because they're also hungry. Then I learned to care the animals, especially stray dogs, stray cows, the cats. Now they are very hungry and sometimes they come and demand. So first one cat came, a small one used to come and demand for milk. Then I thought COVID situation, where it will go, because people are at home, they don't get to drink milk in the houses in the neighborhood. So I thought, let me take quarter-liter milk, and especially I give them with a little bit sugar. I add it and give them, and it brought 2 more cats, then 5. Every day now 5 cats come. Morning they wait, affectionately they wait, they drink milk and nicely they say meow meow meow, affectionately they talk to me, and I chase them out because they used to shit in my compound and I had to clean it up. So I chase them out. Now they are conditioned. Only morning they come, and so disciplined way. They come at 6, wait for me. Sometimes I get up at 6 or 6:10. Then they have their milk and they go away. So study them. So same way, condition our own self. To develop a good habit, you have to do the conditioning. Within 5 days, I conditioned the cats. So easily they get used to behaving in a particular way to appeal to me, and now they know my mind, what Vishala ma'am wants. She doesn't want us throughout the day in our house. So they go away, they sit somewhere, sometimes on my compound wall, but they don't come and trouble me and demand for milk again and again. So conditioning is very important. Teach children. See, they are used to that. Now you also get up early morning, fix as per their routine, and let them do it. Reorganize your furniture, reorganize the material in the cupboards, storerooms. Let every family member get involved and clean the total house and take out the unwanted material. There are poor people around there. In India, I remember when I was in London, my sister took out a lot of waste material, but they don't have poor. 10 kilometers around their house, there are no poor people in London city. So what they do is they have the vans come and pick up the material, good material, bad material, disposable material, all that. They put the bags. On Sunday the van comes and picks up. Here you have choice, your own servants, the people who need, educate them also. This is not bad material, we have excess, don't mind taking it, it will be good for your children. So they can use it, educate them, and a very nice way you give it to them. So unwanted material, excess material also can be reduced so that you have more space. Nowadays a lot of research is there. Don't dump your houses with the unwanted material, because air circulation is required. If you have more space in the house, you have more air coming in, so that more air will automatically have more oxygen. So that is a very, very important one. Don't remain always indoors. Let your body get exposed to morning sunlight, late evening sunlight, and bright light, sunlight, not all the time, 24 hours remaining in the room. That also causes depression. Please go out into your verandas, onto your terrace as much as possible, and inhale fresh air, see the nature, so that you have good mood swings. That is very, very important. If you remain indoors, that will be very, very dangerous. You can reduce your electricity bills, and also you can have good health, mental and physical health status. So inhale fresh air. Don't remain all the time indoors. Remain always indoors. Expose yourself. In the morning, go to the terrace and do your yoga exercises or family discussions, teaching children, some activities on your terrace. Clean it up. That is very, very important. Take care of the hygiene part is very, very important. Personal hygiene, home hygiene is very, very important. Wherever you are carrying out certain activities, that part has to be cleaned up. Expose your body to the morning sunlight, late evening sunlight, and sometimes, once in a week at least have food on the terrace. Let everybody sit on the floor, put the mats, clean up, take the material, and have food first, then have post dinner discussions, games, sports, whatever you want to have. Let everybody exhibit their talent. So sometimes even you can sleep on the terrace. If the mosquitoes are there, you can carry pedestal fans and sleep. That joy is different. So let children go to bed early, get up early, so that they can enjoy the sunrise, enjoy the sunset in the evenings. It is a pleasure. It is a pleasure really to watch the changes in the sky when the sunset, with the sunrise, what are the changes come in the total environment. It is marvelous. Let children enjoy those things. Gardening is very important. At least one small plant, even though you don't have a garden, big ground, at least in a pot you can have, and let them take care of that plant, study that. These are all so many things one can do. So I'm sure with this behavioral and attitudinal changes, everybody is going to cope up with the COVID situation very nicely and lead happy, healthy, and very progressive life. Take care of children very nicely, and don't make them lazy and unorganized. Let them, because they are under your supervision. It is easy to control children, irrespective of whether the children are college going children. Let them have organized routine schedule. In the previous episodes also I have spoken about roles and responsibilities of the students, teens counseling, characteristics of children, needs of children. Please let them see those things.